Hi everyone, it's Ben here from musictheoryacademy.com. In this lesson we're going to have a look at tones and semitones. And we're going to ask 4 questions. What is a semitone? What is the chromatic scale? What is a tone? And finally, what is the whole tone scale? So let's jump straight into this. Now, in order to understand about semitones, it's good to have a think about them in reference to a piano keyboard. Because a semitone is the distance in pitch between a note and its nearest neighbour on the piano. So here we've got a little keyboard in front of us, and you can see we've got C, C sharp, D, D sharp. You've got white notes, you've got black notes, and the distance between 2 notes that are closest to each other's is a semitone. So let's have a look at an example. Here you can see we've got a C, and the black note that's closest to it can either be known as C sharp or D flat, and that distance is known as a semitone. You'll sometimes hear it referred to as a half step. Now if you listen to it, they sound really close together. Let's have another look at a different example. Here we've got an A is the white note, and the black note is a G sharp or an A flat. And if you hear those 2 distances, you can hear how they sound really close together. It's the same interval, the semitone there, that's very famous as the theme tune to Jaws. Okay, it's just a semitone between a C and a C sharp. So that's what is a semitone. Okay, now the distance between a black note and its neighbouring white note is always a semitone. Okay, but there are 2 examples where 2 white notes together are also a semitone. Have a listen to E and F, and have a listen to B and C. Now those are 2 white notes, but you can see there's no black note in between them. So those are also semitone apart. So what is this thing called the chromatic scale? Why are we talking about that? Well, the chromatic scale is made up of all 12 semitones that are in an octave. Here's the sheet music for it. So if we start on C, then we can play all of the semitones in an octave, all of the notes, right up to the top. Okay, so you can do that at whatever octave you want. You can start on whatever note. Okay, and you get this thing called a chromatic scale. Okay, now what is a tone then? Well, a tone is very simple. It's just an interval of 2 semitones that are added together. So let's go back to the keyboard. Let's have a look at C and D. Okay, let's have a look at A and B. Now you can see from these that there's a black note in between these 2. So you've got 2 semitones added together. It goes C to C sharp to D. So you've got 2 semitones added together equals a tone. And you'll sometimes hear these described as a whole step. Now, occasionally you'll also find there's intervals between white notes and black notes. So here you've got E to F sharp or G flat. Okay, and because there's another white note between that E and the F sharp, you've got 2 semitones. So that's a tone. The same between C and B flat. Okay, or C and A sharp. So a tone is simply an interval of 2 semitones added together. So finally, the question, what is a whole tone scale? Well, a whole tone scale is simply a scale made up entirely of whole tones. Okay, and here you go. You've got C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, C. Each interval there is a tone or a whole step because there are 2 semitones added together. So we can play the whole tone scale. Or we can play it like this. Okay, and those are the 2 whole tone scales you'll come across. So what have we learned? We now know what a semitone is. Okay, we now know what the chromatic scale is, we know what a tone is, and we also know what the whole tone scale is. Really hope you found this lesson enjoyable. Head over to my site at musictheoryacademy.com and you'll find a load more lessons and resources to help you become a better musician.